So then, we've got some much needed changes. Yo, what's good, it's your boy The Views, and AOT The Final Season Part 2 Volume 4's Blu-ray is finally here. Today, episode 86 Retrospective. First up, they made the surface of the water lighter, but the TV one was a darker shade of blue. We now see Reiner's leg in this shot in the Blu-ray still. They changed the design of the smoke and the color as well. Some of the Jaegerists on the right hand side are slightly repositioned. The cloth over the plane, the lighting on the surface of the water, and the dock pier are all slightly redesigned and tweaked, as well as the Blu-ray darkening the shadow of the boat. Extra smoke has been added in the front of the buildings in this scene. They repositioned Flock and redesigned some of the background characters. The only major changes here is that one of the background characters' faces are slightly redesigned, and all the blood that splatters in this scene are slightly brighter. An explosion has been animated in front of the female Titan, and his face has been completely redesigned, more detail and better shadows to her face. They got rid of the smoke covering Reiner's left eye in the Blu-ray. All the Jaegerists in the background have better detail to their faces in the Blu-ray, as well as the mountain landscape in the back having better detail and is unblurred in the Blu-ray. The car Titan in these shots has a shadow overlay. Connie, Armin and Magif have completely been redesigned. They added blood to Armin's chest. The train is slightly redesigned, and the mountain landscape in the background has better detail in the Blu-ray. They changed the color of the train in this shot, and they also reanimated the smoke. Better detail to the ground floor of the roof in this still. You see the glow of the explosion in front of Jean in this still. They brightened this shot of the female Titan in the Blu-ray, and the blood is more visible in this shot in the Blu-ray of her hand. More blood has been added to the stone floor in the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray blurred this zoom in of Annie's back. The only major changes here is that every time Connie attacks one of the Jaegerists, the blood appears to be a brighter shade of red. They removed the blur of Connie and this scout in the Blu-ray. The only difference here with Mikasa is that every time she attacks a Jaegerist, the blood appears to be a brighter shade of red. They slightly repositioned some of the smoke and lessened it as well in the Blu-ray, and also repositioned Jean in this still. The left building roof has better detail in the Blu-ray, brighter shade of red of the blood in the Blu-ray for Mikasa. Connie's hand and face are slightly redesigned, plus they added blood to his cheek. The Jaegerists in the background have better detail to their faces. They added an extra guy that falls behind the Jaegerist. He randomly vanished in the TV version. Lighter shade of blood of Mikasa's massacre against the Jaegerist. They added a shadow overlay over Flock. Connie has more bruises to his face in the Blu-ray, a brighter shade of red of blood in the Blu-ray. The explosion here is a lighter shade of red. They added some streaky lines to Mikasa's legs and arms as she's coming down towards this Jaegerist. They redesigned her face in the Blu-ray, and they brightened the blood. The only major changes that appear here with Mikasa's massacre are that every time we see blood, it's a bright shade of red. They completely redesigned the face of this Jaegerist, as well as his broken equipment on the floor being redesigned. While Mikasa's face hasn't been altered at all, the blood does appear lighter in the Blu-ray. They changed the look of the dust smoke by Falco's right leg. They removed some of the debris, but also used some of the smoke to cover most of his leg in the Blu-ray. The smoke cloud is completely reanimated, and it's larger than the TV version. They brightened Falco's jaw titan design in the Blu-ray with better lighting and shadow. Connie has some blood splatters on his face. The sea design is slightly different in the TV. The Blu-ray version has more highlights and better shading. Most of the characters in this shot are slightly redesigned with some added blood streaks to their faces, particularly Reiner. He's got a different shirt. The three characters in this shot are slightly redesigned, better details to their faces. Anya Capone's tongue is a darker shade of red. The cloth texture on the flying boat has less detail in the Blu-ray, especially the wooden crates around it. They redrew Peak in this shot, as well as adding a shadow overlay over her. Falco and Gabby are slightly redesigned as well. The main ship in the background is slightly blurred out. The blood that appears on Kyu's attacks against the Jaegerists are slightly brighter in the Blu-ray. The highlights that appear on the surface of the sea are slightly altered in the Blu-ray. Got a bit more detail to it. MAPPA extended this flash frame of the cadets in Mali, so it takes a while until we see all the characters in focus in the Blu-ray. Keith and Maggie's faces are slightly redesigned, as well as the guy in the window. The Blu-ray gun has a better texture to it. MAPPA slightly reanimated the explosion here, and added some extra little explosions. Jean, Hanji, and Kiyomi are redesigned in this shot, as well as all the characters in this wide shot having a slight redesign to them. MAPPA added a glow, brightened the orange a bit, and added a few extra flames of fire. They also slightly redesigned the texture of the sky, and finally they added more detail to the clouds. And those are all the major changes of episode 86 Retrospective. All the other scenes have no changes to them, but in case you still want to see them, here's a little clip show. But tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of these changes. Do you like them? Do you hate them? The next TV vs. Blu-ray comparison is episode 85. I'm sort of working backwards. I wanted to get the more interesting episodes done and out of the way first. So stay tuned for those. Like this video, subscribe for more AOT TV vs. Blu-ray comparisons in glorious HD, reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. Thanks for watching. Bolded Review, signing out.